Hi, I'm Nandkishore Swami, and today we would be learning about code reusability in OpenSpan or Pega Robotics Studio using Interaction Manager. So, what is code reusability? It is something about like you write a piece of code in the past for a project, and now you are working on another project, and you need to write the same amount of code or the same code in the new project. So, for that, you have two choices. Either you write the same amount of code again, or you can use the code that you wrote in the past for other project. So the way in Visual Studio it facilitates, like you can create a DLL or the class and give a reference to your current project, import it, and just start using it. Similarly, with OpenSpan or Pega Robotics Studio will also provide the same kind of functionality using Interaction Manager. So let's get started. Open your Pega Robotics Studio or OpenSpan Studio. Just create a project that you just suppose that you wrote in the past. And for this particular demo, we would be using a CRM application to grab the CRM application information and just show it on one of the user interface or window form application. So say for example, in the past we created a project wherein we open a CRM application. So that's okay. So your project is ready. Now I'll go ahead and add a CRM adapter. That would be Windows application, since CRM is a Windows application. Go to the path property. Select your Windows application, go to Path, Browse. Just point to your CRM exe here. Click on Open. Click on Start Integration. So our intent is, once CRM application launch, we will click on Login button. So just create the Login button control. Then we'll click on Login. And click on User 1 button. So just create the user 1 button control and click on user 1. And then grab certain information like account number, name, address, city, state, and zip code. And similarly, there are another user 2 and user 3 windows could open, and since these are the same kind of control for user 2 and user 3, we need to give a kind of key or identical information to the each window, so OpenSpan Studio or your Robotics Studio can understand which Windows control it need to grab. So that functionality is use key. So just select your child window, the main CRM, the user 1 and user 2 or user 3 window. Go to use key and just make it to true. So once you set it to true, you will see a kind of small pi symbol just next to your child window. It indicates that it would be having the multiple windows with same controls. In that case, it would need to assign a key, identical information to identify which window it needs to work on. Just save it. Go ahead and add an automation now. Click on Add. And what will be the first thing when your CRM application launches? It will launch the login window. So just go to the event, because you need to trigger the automation on an event, and that event is your login window to be created. So once your login window is created, we will need to wait for login button is created. So once your button is ready, just go ahead and click on that button. So once you click on the login button, next thing is your user 1 button is created. So just wait for your user one button. Once your user one button is ready, just click on that user one button. So go ahead and add this process and save it. Okay, so here we go. It open up CRM application and click on user one. So that's it in our first project. That was the functionality of our first project. Just stop it, save it and close it. So now, say for example, in our current project, we just create user interface wherein we will grab the CRM and window user one information and just display it on our Windows application. Okay, just open up your new Pega with Robotics Studio or OpenSpan Studio. Go to File, go to New, and create a new project. Give a name like User Interface. So user interface is a Windows application or the Windows form that we're gonna add. So it is Windows form. And in the Windows form, we will display all the information that is there on the call or user 1 and user 2 and user 3 calls. So go to the tools, go to all Windows form, grab a couple of labels and the text box. And another thing, since there are multiple calls and multiple user information, so we need to add a combo box where we can add all the account numbers. And the user can select which account they need to work on. So go to the combo box and add a combo box here. And that combo box is something that is called an account number. Just make it account number. And give the name to the combo box as account number. Look for the name property. MB account number. And the second one is the name. So just copy and paste label control, make it name and txt name. Similarly again, just copy and paste. That would be the street address, state, or city, state, and a zip. So these information we would be grabbing from CRM application. So it would be zip, state, city, and address. So it is text, txt, address, txt city, txt state, and txt zip. Okay, here we go. So once you run it, it will pop up this form. For currently, it won't be showing any information, but our intent is to, at the same time, also open up the CRM application and grab all the information from user 1, 2, and 3 and just display on this form. Since we need to add all the forms, all the user 1, 2, 3's account number in the drop-down box here in the combo box, and then similarly, whatever the account is selected will display the information here on the other controls. So this is our new project, and our intent is to add a reference first to our old project since we would be using the same code. So go ahead and just right click on your solution, not on the project, just right click on your solution. Just make sure you selected the solution or the project. Go to add and click on existing project. So go back to your Pega or Robotics Studio. Go to project and select your existing project that you're going to give the reference for, and select the file that says crmadapter.osproj. So once you select it, it will show the CRM adapter project here. And the second thing is, in your first project, you select it and you need to right click to import or add a reference to that project. So go to click on add reference, select your CRM project that you added already, click on OK. Once you click on OK, it will add a reference, here you can see, to your other project. And now second thing, you need to import it, and to import the project, right click again on your user interface project and click on manage imported projects and just import it. Click on OK. So that's it. You imported your project, given the reference, and imported it to the user interface project. Now second thing, now you need to establish a communication between your existing and the current project. So for that, you need to add a global variable and the interaction manager. Since the interaction manager would be a part of both the projects, we need to add the interaction manager in both the projects, and that should be a global variable. And to add a global variable, we need to add what? Right click on your project, go to add and add a new item and add it to global container. Since your interaction manager would be a global variable that could be used in anywhere in your project. So click on, so just give a name like GC user interface. And add an interaction manager. Go to tool and find your interaction manager. Click to just drag and drop, so it will add it here. And you can give a name, or you can just keep it to the default. Then right click and modify configuration. So in the configuration, what do we need from CRM application, and what the activity that we will be performing on this application. That thing to be done in the YAML code. So the configuration is a part of YAML code. I already wrote that code. You can see here. It would be just interaction. Then context. In the context, we would need name, account number, address, city, state, and zip code. And the activity that we would be performing is something like we would be sending the data that would get information, get customer information. And the second thing is we would be updating customer information on our user interface, UI, And the based on the UI selection or the combo box account selection, at the same time we will also activate the what call window is it, or what call account number is it. So based on the account number selection, it will activate the call window. So these are the three activities that we're going to perform through Interaction Manager, and these are the information that we will grab from Interaction Manager. So just save it and close. So now let's go step by step. So let's go to what would be the first step. First step is launch the CRM application. So how do it launch? It will wait for create the login window. Once login window is created, it will wait for login button created. Once that is created, it will click on the login button, then wait for user 1. User 1 button created. Once that is created, it will click on the user 1 button. Once that user 1 button is created or clicked, once that user 1 button is clicked, we want to grab all the user 1 window information and send it to the user interface or the Windows application. So how do we send? Just start the interaction. Once that is clicked, we will first wait for the child. Wait for the create. We will wait to create the child window. So once child window is created, we will wait for the account number to be available, since we need to add a key to that child window. So wait for the account number. So once account number is available, we will assign a key. Go to the property and key. Now a key is assigned to the CRM child window, that is user 1 for this particular example for now. And once that is created or the key is assigned, the second thing is we will need to start sending the information to user interface. And how do we send? By starting the interaction of Interaction Manager. So again, similarly, the way we added the Interaction Manager to the user interface window, we need to add another Interaction Manager to our CRM project as well. So just right click to your project, go to add, click on new item and create another global container, that is GC-CRM, and add a interaction manager here. Go to the tool, just select an interaction manager. So the configuration that we set for the UI or user interface interaction manager, that would be by default copied here in CRM adapter interaction manager. If you go right click and just modify configuration, you will see the same kind of configuration. So that's it. So once you have, go back to the automation one. Once we have our child window created, we will start the activities for our interaction manager. So that could be a method, start activity. And activity for interaction key, and key is account number. Okay. Now what should happen once the interaction manager's activity is started? That interaction manager started event would be grabbed or used in both the project. Now let's use in this project. Just select to your interaction manager, go to the events, and if activity started or interaction activated, what should happen? Send the information or get information from CRM application. So again, go back to your GC and add an activity, that is get information. So add an activity, right click, just give a name, get info from CRM, and just go to the drop down and select the activity, that will get customer information. Save it. Go back to the automation one and start activity for key, and key is account number of the current open account number text. Okay. Now, at the same time, once you start the activity for the interaction manager, it will start the activity for both the project's interaction manager, not just one, because the configuration is same. The YAML file that we are using is same. Similarly, just go to your UI interaction project and add an automation there. Just give a name like UI automation 1. And what do we need to grab here? Interaction manager. Event is interaction started. Once your interaction is started, what we need to do? Start activity for display information. Now we need to add an activity that will display the information on our Windows form. So go back to your UI here and add an activity that will update the information on UI. Update info and the select activity name. These names are coming from the YAML code from Interaction Manager. Update display. Just save it. Go back and start activity. And at the same time, we would also like to, once interaction is started, we need to add that key for which interaction is started to the combo box. And we need to add that combo box item. An item property will come by clicking on, just select your combo box, account number, then click on explore component project. Go to the items and click on add, drag and drop that. Add the process and just add to the, click on here, you will see the key option as well, and just add it to the item. So once item is added, What next we need to do? Information we already grabbed. Now that item has been added to the combo box. The next thing, if we select one of the account number in the combo box, for that combo box, we need to perform the two activities. One is to activate that particular call window there on the CRM application, and whatever the application or the window is activated, display that information on our window form. So go on the top again and go ahead and click on the same button again. It will display the normal Object Explorer. So just click on the combo box and go to the event and go to selected index change. Once selected index is changed, we need to activate that window. And to activate the window, we need to add an activity on our interaction manager. So again, go back to your global container and add a new activity that will activate the call window based on account selected on activate window. Activate the window. So what's going to happen? Once you select the account from the combo box drop down, it will start the activity to activate the window on combo box, on the CRM application. So once selected index has been changed, just start the activity. Start activity for key. Select the process and combo box, then find text. Text is selected account number, and that would be the interaction key and the account number both. So once that activity is started, we need to grab that in our CRM application and activate the window based on the information supplied there. So similarly, we need to again add another activity in the CRM application global container that will activate the window. Go to the tool, add a new activity, and give it the same name. Activate window and select the activity. So that activity started in our UI project, and we are just grabbing that started activity in our CRM project. Once activity started, and based on this activity, we will activate the window. What do we do? Activate. So just select the child window and perform a method. Activate, but we need to supply for a parameter that is key. And just add another method, because here we need to define which window should be activated for interaction key. Okay. Next thing, once window is activated, at the same time for activated window we need to display the information on our user interface. I'll just grab these and move it here. So you can see all the information in one page. So similarly, if this child window is activated, we will start get information activity. And that key is account number. Account number of selected or activated window. And it's text. Okay. So once interaction is started or activity is started for get information, we need to send the information. So to send the information, just go ahead and add another automation in your CRM application. It is CRM. So what should happen? Get information, activity started, we'll grab it, and we will send all the information to interaction manager. Select one of these property, press Control, then select second, third, fourth, fifth, and drag and drop. Now we need to send these information to the interaction manager. Once get information, activity started. So go back to your this information. First is account number. So that is text. Just add the process. Make it to key. And key is account number value. And the second thing that we need is address. So go to the street address, draw here. Then we need city. Similarly, select city. Then name. Zip code. In this page here, so just leave it for now and add another activity to update the information. Update info. Update this one. Okay, so activity started. Okay, here we go. So we will start the activity for key. Once window is activated, call window is activated, and once that activity is started, we will grab that event in our user interface here, and let's add another automation. So let's make it another one. UI2. And here we will update the information based on the event. That would be update information activity start. In that case, we will grab all the information. Just select it one by one. Just keep pressing the control button and drag and drop it here. To multiple property selection, you need to press the control button and then just click on the multiple properties and just drag and drop the property that you want to update. Address, city, name, state, and zip. So the first one is address. Update the address. Second one is city, then name, then state and zip. And just add the data. Just check everything and run your app. That's it. We are done with the automation. So before we run this automation, let's revisit all our component and all our automations to make sure everything is correct. So let's close all the windows, all the open windows here. Just in the CRM project, we have two automation components, one global container and one Windows application. In the global container, we have interaction manager, activate window, get information, and the update information. Three activity and one interaction manager. And in the user interface, we have again one global container with two activities and one interaction manager, and two automation and one Windows form. And now let's check what do we have in the automation. So close the global container windows, go back to the CRM, and in the automation one we have the first process. It will wait for login window to be open. Once login window is open, it will wait for login button to be created. Once that login button is created, it will click on the login button and wait for the user 1 button to be created. And once user 1 is created, it will click on the user 1 button. So this is the process 1. And second process, once that user 1, 2, or 3 or any of the child window is created, on that create event of the child window, it will start the second process wherein we will wait for the account number to be created. Once account number is available, we will assign that account number to that particular child window as a key to uniquely identify each call window. And at the same time, it will also trigger the interaction manager. Once interaction manager's activity is started, it would be on the start event or the interaction activate event, it will start activity in get information, and at the same time in the interaction start, if we go to user interface, user 1, it will at the same event, it will add that key to an item of the combo box. So basically once that call window pop up, it will start the interaction manager for that account number as a key, and that account number or that key would be added to the combo box as an item. Let's go back to CRM automation 1. And then once that child window is available, that account number is added into the combo box item. So once you select, or say for example there are 3 calls and the 3 windows are available, once you select the appropriate account number, it will trigger the select index change event, and at that event we will trigger the start activity for activate that particular window for the key, and that activate window event here, that CRM window activate event, again it will grab and start the activity for update information. So once that update information activity is started, it will go here, and on the activity start event, it will start populating the information on the user interface or Windows form. And another activity is get information. Once the interaction started, at the interaction start, it will send the information to here to the interaction manager from CRM window. So let's run it. Okay, so let's see what happens. Here we have Windows Form application and our CRM application. So if you go to the CRM automation one, you will see first process has been performed, and the second process has also been performed. The child window, this particular window, is activated, and once this window is created on the create event, it will trigger the interaction start, and at the interaction start, it will send the information by starting the activity for get information, and here you can see in the two, send the information to interaction manager, and after sending, at the same time, interaction start also captured in the UI automation and add that item to the combo box. Let's see. So here we have one window and it should show one account number here. Similarly, if you click on the user 2, here you can see the user 2, and user 3, here you can see the user 3. And now, if you select any of the account, this event will be fired, and once on the account or selected index change event would be fired, it will start the activity for activate window. So the current activate window is call 3, and let's select the first account for the call 1. So once you select it, it will activate the call 1 window by triggering this event. It is here. And once that call window is activated, another event is here that will update the information on window form. So basically, once you change on the change index, it will activate the call form, and on activate event, it will update the information. So here you can go to 3 and see all the information has been changed. So first, when you select an index or select an account, it will activate this window, and on the activate event, it will populate all the information here. So now, what basically Interaction Manager does, it will interact with the one project to another project by facilitating communication of information flow. So that's it in this particular tutorial. See you in next tutorial. Thank you. Thank you for watching.